This is Revelations chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. That's all praises to the Most High God. In the name of His only begotten Son, who the world enemy called Jesus Christ. It's the brother out Yah from the Angels of Yahweh, South Carolina camp, right? And I just had to do a video on this because it's really heating up, right? So the Spirit just led me to make this video. You know, all the signs that the prophets and Yahweh Shai told us to watch out for, it's happening right now. You got 10 horns turning against the whore, right? Babylon the Great. You got war everywhere, right? You got a lot of things going on. So I just want to get into the scriptures real quick. You know, let's go to Revelations 9 and verse 12, right? And the scripture that I started off with, it says the third world coming quickly, meaning that third world war. We see this thing heating up. Like every second is something new, right? You got Venezuela, America, you got Russia getting involved. America just sees the Venezuelan Slovakia, the Russian oil tanker. You got China getting involved with that. Now China's saying, well, America's taking their oil, right? You got a lot of things going on. You got Iran. You got the uproars of the people in Iran. You got America and Israel about to attack Iran, right? So I'm gonna read these two verses, then we're gonna go to the Apocrypha because it talks about the uproars of the people. You got ICE agents killing innocent people, right? You know, all hell is breaking loose, literally, right? And it's just the beginning of sorrows, right? So this is Revelations 9 and 12. So like this is Revelations 9 and 12. It says, one woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. So the first world war, it passed, right? The second world war passed, but it's still one world war to come, right? And that's World War III. So as the very first precept that I brought out, it said Revelations 11 and 14, the second war is past, and behold, the third war coming quickly, right? So, and we see that, you know, it just thing after thing. Like you following these whistleblowers, every second is something, right? You got this devil Trump trying to take Greenland, right? And what's that's going to lead to? That's going to lead to the most utter destruction of Babylon the Great, because the Lord said, "Woe to him that increases that which is not his," right? In the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 6, right? So this Habakkuk 2 and 6, it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, right? Who is all of these, right? It's the people that he trying to take land from, damn Canada, Mexico, Venezuela, Greenland, right, which is part of the NATO and the EU, the 10 horns, right, that you read about in Revelation 17 and 16, that's going to hate the whore, right? So everything is happening right now. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, right? Greenland don't belong to this damn devil. None of these places he trying to take. Hey, the Lord said, woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his, right? So who is increasing that which is not his today? You got this devil Trump, and you got Babylon the Great. He's increasing that which is not his. He can't have enough. You know, he took the Venezuelan president. Now he feeling, he feeling mighty. Now he want to take Greenland. He want to take Canada. He want to damn take Russian oil. And he think he can do what he want, right? He's saying uh, if Iran kills protesters, which is going crazy over there in Iran, right? You got damn thousands of people protesting. He said, if y'all kill a protester, we're gonna bomb the hell out of y'all. That's what he said, right? You know, and that's very hypocritical because ICE agent just killed an innocent woman, and Trump, he didn't have nothing to say about it. He said that the ICE agent, you know, was in fear for his life, basically, right? And he's surprised that the ICE agent survived, right? He ain't give a damn. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of, but nevertheless, right? Destruction has come to this place because he keep trying to take things. He can't have enough, right? But you know, let's go to the book of Second Esdras because also you got over there in Iran, all hell breaking loose. You know, uproars of the people, right? And the prophet Esdras told us the measure of the times, right? The book of Second Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 1, it says, he answered me then, said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we know that Yahweh Bashim outside is visiting the world which he made right now. All the things going on. Everything is coming to pass, right? There's still some things we gotta look out for, right? Like the RFID chip, so on and so forth. But you know, this is it, really. This is it. You know, verse 3 it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, it was just like a 6.2 magnitude earthquake in Japan about 5 days ago. A week before that, it was like a 6 point something in Mexico, right? So we live in the times of Matthew the 24th chapter, Second Esdras the 9th chapter, so on and so forth, right? It says this was the point, and uproars of the people in the world. So you see what's going on in Iran right now, right? There's thousands of people out there to the point where they had to send military out there, and the citizens is running the soldiers over, right? In Iran, they even turned the power off on all the citizens, right? They turned the internet off, right? And Israel, hey, this is me speaking as a man, but I believe Israel and the U.S. is going to attack Iran, right? That's what I believe, right? It's like they damn set this up. Like Israel's, you know, they did a little sabotage to make the citizens of Iran riot, you know, so they can have an excuse to get involved. Now they saying, y'all better not do nothing to those citizens or we gonna attack y'all. Y'all know y'all just want the oil. I believe Iran is like the second most, they got second most oil behind Venezuela. That's what it's all about with these devils. Damn Amalek over there that stole our identity, and Babylon the Great, right? Two damn devils, right? Let's go to Matthew 24, the 24th chapter, right? And you got to be watching. Actually, let's go to Revelations 19 and 10. Because if you're not watching, you're going to be really caught off guard when stuff hit the fan, really. Because it's getting ugly out here. And we happy about it, you know, straight up. Revelations 19 and 10 says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship God, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So you gotta be following whistleblowers. You gotta be in tune with all these things happening, right, on the earth. What's going on in Iran? What's going on in Venezuela? Is Russia getting involved? Is Russia going to respond to America taking their oil tankers, right? Which I heard Russia is about to start seizing American and UK oil tankers because the UK supposedly helped America seize Russia's oil tankers, Slovakia, right? So it's really getting crazy out here, right? And you got to be paying attention. The testimony of Yahweh is a spear of prophecy. You know, he said to look out for the signs, you know, that you can know when he's close to returning. You know, Ezra said, measure the time diligently in itself, right? You got to be in tune with prophecy. You got to know what's going on. You know, are you down more focused on NBA stats? You know, how many points LeBron had, or are you focused on damn getting out of here, right? Are you focused on what's going on in Venezuela? Because hey, that's what get me hyped. I'm gonna be real, you know. All right, let's go to Matthew 24. All right. Here's Matthew 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world, right? You living in the end of the world right now. Like brothers always say, right? It's the beginning of the end. Hey, but it really seems like it's starting to speed up. 2026 is starting crazy. What day we at? January 9th. It's really speeding up, Salaki. All right. It's really heating up, you know? Hey man, like we about to read, you know, it's only gonna be rumors of wars for a certain period of time. The nation's gonna start rising against nation, right? It says, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Verse 6, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. That's all you're hearing right now. You got a war going on in Syria. You got Israel. U.S. just gave Israel the green light to invade Lebanon. Iran said, if y'all invade Lebanon, we jumping in. Wars, you know, war is coming, right? War is coming. And the Christian church ain't going to tell you that. We the only ones going to tell you that, right? Because we the only ones that talk about prophecy. Christians don't have the testimony of Yahweh. You know, all they know is John 3:16. They can't tell you what's coming to the earth, right? You know, let's hold that. Let's go to Jeremiah real quick. That's what the prophets did, right? They told you when things was coming to the earth, when kingdoms was going to fall. That kingdoms was going to fall, right? They didn't tell you things you wanted to hear. This Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence, right? So the prophets of old, they was prophesying against places, you know, just like we do. You know, we want these evil, wicked kingdoms to fall. And most civilizations, right, Salakia, they only last 250 years. And I believe America is on 2026, makes 250 years for Babylon the Great, right? So I'm not saying it's guaranteed to fall this year, but that's how long the average empire usually lasts, right? 250 years, you know? So, hey, all the signs is pointing to this place going down. The dollar is dead, right? That white thing they trying to get oil, right? And Trump just said he's putting 500% tariffs on India and China. He's against BRICS. He don't want the dollar to die, right? That's what he's doing all this for. It's all or nothing to him, right? He don't got nothing to lose. You know, I seen somebody say Trump is willing to go to nuclear war over oil, right? You know, hey, this damn devil. Hey, ultimately, let's go to Proverbs 21 and 1. You know, most people be like, is this devil crazy, right? But hey, the Lord's putting that in his heart because this place got to go. Salaki. Go to Proverbs 21 and 1. It says, it's Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Right? So the Lord is controlling Donald Trump, you know, to fulfill the Lord's will, you know. He the one making Trump go steal that oil, right? So like he the one doing that, right? Because the children of Israel gotta be delivered, you know. We're not gonna be in Babylon the Great forever, for eternity. No, this place is gonna go down, right? But let's go back to Matthew 24. It says, Matthew 24 and 6, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? That's exactly what we're seeing now. And you got China about to invade Taiwan, right? They said that they're going to invade Taiwan by 2027. What does that mean? They're going to invade them this year, right? They're invading Taiwan this year, you know? And I don't, you know, Trump not going to stand for that, right? So you got war everywhere. That's how you know we at the end, you know? You got uproars of the people everywhere. It's just a protest for ICE killing that innocent woman, right? You live in the end times, but people just can't get it. They can't understand it, right? They don't want to hear it. You got our people, they focus on these damn monks walking up the street. But we risk our lives, brothers risk their lives every week, waking up the sheep, right? Trying to wake up the sheep, right? And our people damn don't pay us no mind, but they want to pay some damn Moabite or Ammonite monks, right? All the attention in the world, you know? And that's why, hey, a lot of our people, they in for a rude awakening, right? Reading on, it says, verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. Ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, right? So, and that's coming, right? And you can see it, these ICE agents, they ruthless, right? You know, so when all hell breaking loose, you think these soldiers don't care about putting you to death? No, right? It says, verse 10, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. Many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Right? So you got to endure all these wars coming. You got to endure it. You know, you got to endure everything that Matthew 24 chapter just said. Right? If you want to be saved, you know, what the Christian church will tell you, hey, they saved already. Right? He was telling his disciples that they would have to endure those things. So how the hell is people in a wicked Christian church saved? You know, don't be in a going back to Christianity in these times, right? Getting backtracked, you know, they're gonna just make you fall back to sleep, right? This Matthew 24:14, it says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." Who's teaching that death and destruction is coming to the earth? The black Hebrew Israelites, what they like to call us. Right? We the only ones teaching that, right? Christians is not teaching that. All they teaching is Jesus is God, right? You don't gotta keep the laws, right? The true prophet is gonna be teaching war is coming. War is coming. It's my job to get on here and to warn Israel to pay attention, right? And I got about two more precepts. I'm gonna wrap it up. All right, war is coming. You know, yeah. Hey, it's plain as day. Babylon the Great don't got too much wrong, right? It's Iraq or Ecclesiasticus 39 and verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. So you have to be occupied in prophecies. You have to be looking into what's going on. You got to follow brothers. A lot of brothers post, news that's according to prophecy. You know, that's all I really get on Instagram for is to, test the brothers and try to look at prophecy, repress them for prophecy, right? Hey, you got to get into it. You don't want to be caught out there. You don't want it to come, all hell to come upon you like a snare, like a trap that Yahweh spoke about in Luke 21:24 and 34, right? Let's get that real quick. Being caught up with the cares of this life. You see that, hey, Babylon's about to be destroyed. This Luke, this Luke 24 and verse. Sorry, is that what I want? Maybe Luke 21, Salaki. This Luke 21 and 34. It says, "And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with shepherding and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that they come upon you unawares," right? So you don't want to be too caught up into this life, right? Yeah, you got to get stuff done, right? You got to provide for yourself, but hey, this place don't got too much wrong, right? For real. All the signs are there, right? And Luke, the 21st chapter, is going into the same thing Matthew, the 24th chapter, is going into, right? Reading on, it says, verse 35, "For as a snare shall it come all them that dwell on the face of the earth." So as a snare, meaning as a trap, right? These people not going to see the things that's coming. It's going to catch them off guard, right? So as a snare shall it come upon them. You don't want all the disasters and wars to catch you off guard, right? You don't want to be caught up in that trap, right? Because how you going to get out of it? You want to be paying attention, right? Reading on, it says, "Watch ye therefore," right? You got to watch. Like Ezra said in 2nd Ezra 9 and 1, it says, "Measure the time diligently in itself." It says, "Watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things," right? So you got to pray that you can escape the disasters that's coming, Salaki. It says, Salaki, let me start from the top. Luke 21 and 36. "Watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man, right? So you gotta watch and pray that you can make it through the times that's coming. Because everybody gonna be tested, right? Everybody gonna be tested, you know. Ain't nobody saved yet. You gotta endure what's to come. All right, let's get one more. Then I'm gonna close up. This Isaiah 32 and verse 9. It says, "Rise up, ye want." It's like that. That's not what I want. But that's a good precept though. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." Right? But you know, really everybody that's at ease, hey, y'all gotta start paying attention. Can't be careless out here, right? Can't be at ease in the times we living in. You know, all hell can break loose over here in Babylon the Great at any second, right? Any second. You never know. We making opposition with all these different countries, even our allies, right? Even our own allies, right? This is what I wanted though. This Isaiah 33 and 6, it says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." So wisdom and knowledge is going to be how you get your salvation, how you get saved out of Babylon the Great. Wisdom and knowledge is ultimately the laws of God, right? And it's this Bible, you know. So keep watch, right? Pray that you can escape the things coming to pass, right? Because it's exciting, but you know, you gotta make sure your spirit is right ultimately, right? But Lord willing, this was edifying. If you're not following the whistleblowers, I advise you do so, right? I advise you do so because if you don't know what's going, if you're not seeing all these things going on right now, I'm gonna just be honest, right? You going off, right? I'm being honest, because there's a lot of stuff going on right now, right? You should be hyped. I know I'm hyped, right? But Lord willing, this was edifying, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Hamashiach, Wamala, Yahweh Shai. I want to say, Kwon Yashua and Shalom.